When you think about your future, you automatically assume you'll be rich or financially stable, to say the least. And we're sure you've already thought about what you would do with $1 million. It doesn't matter how you get the money. It could be a lottery or a robbery. Just kidding. Keep your money supply ethical. We're here to tell you what exactly $100 million can buy you. Number 8. 25,000 square foot mansion. Well, the first thing you would want to get is a nice house. It's a good investment and an even better first purchase too. If you're someone who has always loved the Renaissance period of the French, then the Villa La Leopoldo will be perfect for you. First off, its location is just right for those who need a little time away from everyone else. Set right in the Alpes Maritimes department on the French Riviera, this villa covers about 18 acres of ground, more than enough for you and all your new fancy furniture. The whole house follows a neo-French Renaissance style home, which means everything is decorated like you're in some sort of vintage fairy tale. It has about 3 closets, a drawing room, a huge fireplace, and a formal dining room for up to 50 people. You can easily have a themed dinner party with all your friends and pretend to be posh while sipping on some red wine. Right, doesn't that seem nice? Number 7. Portrait of the Artist Without Beard by Vincent van Gogh. Owning iconic pieces of art is out of the question for ordinary middle-class people. It is literally impossible to own a painting by revolutionary artists because of how niche this hobby is. But when you have $100 million, you can buy a piece or two for yourself. Any art aficionado would love to own a piece by the amazing Van Gogh. But imagine having the portrait of the artist without beard hanging in your room. How cool does that sound? Although it was auctioned off at $71.5 million in 1998, its cost has risen by a lot. It's just expensive enough for anyone with $1 million to buy. It's actually considered to be one of the most expensive paintings by Van Gogh to be ever auctioned off. Considering how well it is preserved, it seems fair that the price is that high. Number 6. Airbus A320neo. Another must for a millionaire is a sweet ride. Now, when you have to spend, don't opt for a Lamborghini because, well, that is old-fashioned. What you should get is a private jet so you can travel to countries with ease. After all, vacation will become much more fun now. This variant of the Airbus A320 series has enough space for 150 to 180 passengers, meaning you can gather everyone you want to party with and then have some fun in the sky. Moreover, the Airbus can cruise at 511 miles per hour at about 36,000 feet up in the air. And if you want to kick it up a notch, you can opt for the Airbus A319. It's almost the same price, but this one has 2 portions, Elite and Elegance. The latter version has a cinema area, a social lounge, and an office and dining room. This one, however, can only hold up to 8 people since it's more private. Whatever you're going to use it for, you can't deny that it is one of the best luxuries money can buy. Number 5. Submarine. A cool piece of machinery is always on the table when you have $100 million. But in this case, we present to you quite literally the best machine money can buy, a luxury submarine. The Phoenix 1000 is actually a submarine capable of carrying passengers under the water. This vessel has about 5,000 square feet of interior space and large acrylic viewports that can give you a view of what's under the sea. Another impressive feature about the submarine is that it can reach depths of 1,000 feet, making it possible for you to explore a little. It offers all the comforts of a modern yacht, except this one has the ability to reach corners that few people might have seen. And as if this wasn't enough, there's an additional mini-submarine which can reach a further 2,000 feet under. Or you could just use it to transport passengers from the surface to the Phoenix. Pretty cool, right? You can easily live your Spy Kids dream with this revolutionary vessel. Number 4. A private island. Being around a lot of unwanted people and sounds isn't the most pleasant. If you want your life to be a vacation forever, and you happen to have a spare $100 million, then we have a solution for you. You can buy yourself a pristine private island in Granada for the perfect, unspoiled paradise experience. It's actually the most expensive island in the Grenadine, but it's about 2,000 acres, which is more than enough. This massive piece of land has stunning landscapes and a feature that very few islands can offer. We're talking about a swim-through cave that leads to an even more amazing cavern underground, covered in stalactites and quartz crystals. It truly is a hidden treasure, and if you can get your hands on it before anyone else, well, then you'll be living the most fantastical life ever. Number 3. Help solve world hunger. If you think the rest of the options are a bit too self-indulgent, then maybe you could help solve a more ethical issue such as world hunger. Even with such a huge amount of money, you won't be able to completely eradicate this problem. but you can surely speed up the process a little. The African Development Bank and the Food and Agriculture Organization are actually working to gather $100 million over the next 5 years to invest in agriculture so it can end hunger in Africa. To feed all the unprivileged people in the world, you would need about $30 billion. However, with about 100 million, you can make a big change in the economy with some smart thinking and business skills. Besides, promoting food production isn't the only thing that you can help with. On the opposite side of the spectrum, we have the reduction of food waste. 1/3 of the world's food, which is about 1.3 billion tons, is wasted. You can help save it by reducing food thrown away by restaurants or start a chain of food donating services. Get a little creative and you just might leave an impact on the world. Number 2. 28 commercial wind turbines. This idea might be a super bizarre and crazy one, but it's one you might not have thought of. If you wanted to live off the grid, and no, we don't mean a social media break, we mean like off the grid like Ron Swanson, then you might like what we have to say. With $100 million, you could potentially buy 28 commercial wind turbines. But why would you want to do that, you might ask? Well, for one, we are running out of fossil fuels, so in a few years, reusable energy will be the new hope. A single regular commercial wind turbine can supply you with 2.5 megawatts of electricity, and with 28 of them, you could produce enough energy to power between 16,000 to 21,000 homes for about a whole year. Not only will this make you a very popular person in your neighborhood, but you would actively be helping the pollution problem. This is the sort of independence only a super introvert would want. Number 1. High-tech roller coaster. How much do you love adventure theme parks? If you love them just enough to afford a whole customized roller coaster for you, then we're here to give you a little push in the right direction. One example of a high-tech roller coaster is the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. This remarkable coaster has car bucks, rolls, and the scenery also moves. You can actually build a coaster like this that won't really need long tracks or tall loops, since the simulation will be so good, it will all feel realistic. The best part is, if you get tired of it, you can always reprogram your ride to play a different scene and route. That's a wrap on what exactly $100 million can buy you. Which one of these do you want to get your hands on? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. See you in the next one.